What's up, y'all? Sion here again with another video. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. I just want to do these videos just to tell you all about my journey dealing with the mental health issues that I've been battling in the past and fortunately have been able to overcome. I wanted to just take you back just to kind of put it in perspective. I remember this is one of the biggest game changers that kind of even started me going down this road of depression. Well, as you see me now, I got a small haircut, drop fade. Well, in about 2015, between the years maybe 2013 to 15, right? I had long dreadlocks. I had been growing my dreadlocks since 2010, and they looked great. And I had got a lot of unwanted attention with that hairstyle, right? Now, with that being said, with all the unwanted attention, it caused me to change who I was. Like, growing up, I was always the guy being by himself. I was a square. I never was one with the popular crowd. I stood alone, you see what I'm saying? So then, as I'm getting older into my late teen years, early 20s, up to my mid 20s, I start growing my hair. My hair is longer. And now I'm getting the attention from all these women and drug dealers and the police. Now, that changed my life because that was new to me. Mainly what was new to me was where the women came from. Like, I went from like no one wanted to speak to me in high school to all of a sudden with this hairstyle alone, all these women would just be about inbox, just DMing me. And it was just surprised. I'm like, I'm still the same me. Only thing different is my hair. So, as time went on, I would just be in different situations with that hairstyle. Rather is being harassed by the police, or rather is being mistaken for a drug dealer and people wanting to buy something from me, and I wasn't a drug dealer and I'm not now. But it was just that persona it gave off, and it almost made me create this alter identity, right? So what ends up happening, I got so caught up in that character that around maybe 2016, I got this job offer. And the job offer asked, would I be willing to cut my hair? I said, yeah, I would. So I cut my hair for this job. Now, mind you, when I cut it, I'm going to show you the before and after. But it surprised a lot of people. And what ended up happening, everybody that I knew, all the attention that I was getting, rather good attention or the bad unwanted attention, it all went away. Now, it was good to have the good attention, but honestly, what caused a lot of the pain I would start to go through is that I had a lot of attention on me that I've never had. And I only noticed that it's like people wanted to be around me for what I looked like. So a lot of instances, it's like I felt a low value of self, like my self-worth, like, wow, nobody don't want to talk to me now. Wow, nobody, not even cool now. Everybody just falling by the waistline because I don't look like this character anymore. And I'm going to say that affected me starting. Now, this is not, the cause. This is just the start of my journey through depression. Like, this is, beginning, the middle, just want to just elaborate on it. But I knew that was the starting point because I saw how people wanted to be near me or hang with me, and then all of a sudden all that went away. And now I gotta reinvent myself so I can be happy with me and understanding that that was just a character and he just looked a certain way, and it got a lot of attention. But yeah, when I cut my hair and for this job, the job lasted 1 year. This is another one. It gets crazy. But the job ended up lasting 1 year, right? So I ended up cutting my hair, almost feeling like I sold my soul, like literally. Even though that was a character I created. And it literally felt as if I sold my soul because, like I told you, that's how my hair made me feel. And I got all the attention. Well, with me not at the job anymore and me not being the character who I was at the time anymore, I noticed, like, I really have to figure out who am I. And knowledge of self, that's when it started coming into power. So I think most of my depression really, it started stemming in when I was on my journey to find self, because I was killing the old self, or I killed that old self. Now I have to reinvent this new person. And just the trials and tribulations of trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And it would get to a point where it would just get frustrating. And like I said, I would want to do, now this is a little bit later on, but all I would want to do was sleep, because nothing made any sense. It felt as if I didn't have any purpose. But like I told you in the previous videos, if y'all been keeping up with me, I ended up meeting JT. JT helped me create another meaning to have purpose in my life. And with that being said, I was able just to create a new person with a better mindset. So honestly, y'all, what I did was just to help create a better version of myself. All I did was I started reading a lot of self-help books. I started watching a lot of content on YouTube about self-help, started following a lot of people, and just started studying just to expand my mind. And it took time, because I'm going to tell you, this was the hardest part. The hardest part of my journey to find self was everything that I had been taught about, pretty much everything, was a lie. Now, with it being a lie, I'm like, but my grandma told me this, or my mom and dad told me this, but it just wasn't true. Not that it was a lie, like an intentional lie, like, hey, this is something XYZ and you do this. Why? Because we said something like that, you know? It wasn't no lie like they meant to do it. It was like, yo, society programmed this into them and they programmed it into me. And then I found out that it just wasn't true at all. And that was blowing my mind so much that it's like, honestly, all I wanted to do was just sleep, because it was just realizing, wow, man, most of the stuff about that I've been taught is not true. And then maybe a few years later, I started learning more. And then, like I said, JT came and he pretty much was the icing on the cake, because everything I studied that I was taught to do, like, or let me, excuse me, it was like everything that I was grew up to believe by my family. And then when I seen JT do the complete opposite of everything they told me to do, and he won big. Like, bro literally changed his life in less than 3 years. But when he did it, I'm like, bro, you literally just proved everything I've been reading. So that right there was just it was like the sign to say, see, the best thing for you to do, keep studying this information, but take what JT just showed you and just take action. And it's okay to have believed something at first, but then there comes a time where you have to kill off the old person and step into this newness of life. So, yeah, that was just one thing I wanted to share with y'all. So if you're out there battling depression or anxiety, honestly, maybe it just be time for you, or maybe it's time for you to kill off that old person and start walking in a newness of life. Because that's one of the things that had helped me get through my situation. I had to be something else or other than what I thought I was. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to share that with you all. I hope it helps. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Like I said, I'm going to do a series of these videos just to kind of put out the awareness for mental health, and that is real people going through real things. And this is just stuff I went through. I got plenty of more stories, because this was a part that affected my life. But the biggest part that changed everything was when I saw all that stuff in those books, and then I ended up meeting JT, and I just saw what he did. In my life. Like, I remember it was a few years ago, and I remember praying about meeting a millionaire. And I never thought I'd actually get to work alongside one. I thought I'd just get to meet one. But with JT being a millionaire, and I was able just to watch his journey, that blew my mind more than anything. But it all took me to have the mindset to actually see it. And that's like when life was putting me through that low point, it was just prepping me like to be a better person. It's like building a muscle. When you build that muscle, you got to tear it down just to rebuild it back up. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, I see you in the next video. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.